Hello, this is Agnosias here. Today I'd like to talk about autism coexisting with sensory issues and sensory dysfunctional issues, and I'm going to hopefully give some good examples of sensory issues within the context of autism. The first example I'd like to give is about the hearing, the auditory sensory issue, which is a very interesting one. It's best if I give two examples actually. One is an example of when I was in town and this lady was shaking money for charity. She had coins in this bucket, and I can remember how those coins felt more like pieces of thick heavy metal, the clanging of the coin, and it would make me agitated with every shake and every noise. But one of the positive things about that is I actually stayed in town despite this noise. It was very distressing, but the positive aspect is I persevered. Another auditory problem is what is called auditory or audio distortion, and that's when I'm with other people in a big crowd of people and I'll be talking to someone one to one, but the overwhelming aspect of other noises and other chatter around me becomes very intense, and so intense that I seem to lose the person's voice. It seems to go into this mulch and this mumble, and I usually have to ask, can you repeat that, or I politely persist in the conversation. That's an example of auditory. A second example would be touch. Touch is a very interesting issue. I find my touch is very much dominated by my mood and will I wince or retract when someone is touching me, like a hug or an embrace. Personally, with things like that, I have learned to deal with as I've got older, but I still find there's this very one-sided aspect to me sort of embracing someone. I'd rather do it on my terms, and that's still very much with me now. The other sensory dysfunction is sight, and that is a very interesting one. The best example I can give is looking at these leaves on the path and all the veins and all the colours. It was an autumnal day, so all the colours were reds and ochre oranges, and it was very blurred and brilliant and vibrant. And I can remember feeling this sort of euphoric feeling almost. It was quite amazing. The other sensory dysfunction is this: your nose, smell. Very, 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 very heightened sense of smell, particularly strong odours, and they make me feel very angry when I smell these odours, and they're very overpowering. But that's the positive thing is dealing with it at the time. But I thought I would share these experiences in a very simple way about sensory issues coexisting with autism. Thank you for listening.